Hi, I'm Darcy Cook, and I want to share with you my testimony about my two children, Tyler and Matthew, and the impact on how these Qivana products have basically changed the future of my two little sons. We were introduced to Qivana in February of 2011, and at that time we were struggling with my son Tyler, who we recognized had ADD or ADHD, but as you know, until they're age 6, they can't officially be diagnosed because there's no objective testing to go with it. But for the year and a half prior to Qivana being introduced to our life, my husband and I were struggling with Tyler, trying to find the right balance of figuring out how to manage some of his behaviors. He became very angry and frustrated, depressed. He didn't like being in his own skin. This was very challenging as he was only 3.5, 4 years old when we started actually seeing these behaviors. By the time he turned 5, we were really concerned about him going into kindergarten. And Tyler wasn't able to sit down and eat a meal from beginning to end with us at the dinner table. He kept getting up. He could not read a book cover to cover. He struggled to make decisions between milk and water. And he'd have complete meltdown and cry, and he was just really upset all the time. We saw aggression. We saw depression. So my husband and I made a decision that we wanted to get Tyler tested. We paid cash out of our pocket in order to do so. One sequence of tests, we showed everyone how his scores were horrible. They were just so poor. And we convinced them to actually let us put him on medication. Now, medication wasn't something that we said, we thought is a good thing, but for Tyler, we needed something to help settle him and help him be able to cope and deal with his current circumstances, getting ready, especially going for kindergarten. Unfortunately, every drug cocktail that we tried came with side effects and withdrawals, and it was like having a withdrawal every single night at dinner time, which led Tyler to have basically a meltdown. It was like almost a grand mal seizure on the floor some nights, kicking and screaming and crying, going through this transition of being uncomfortable in his own skin. So we had a very long weekend one weekend when Tyler had the flu and he could not take his prescribed prescription medication, and the side effects, the withdrawal, the impact that it had on him was so profound that my husband and I said we were not going to put him on any medication anymore. We were literally on the floor restraining him, keeping him from hurting himself. It got that bad. At that moment in time, Qivana had come into our lives. Now, we didn't know the power of these products at that time. We just knew that that moment in time, it was a Saturday, and we were desperate because our son was having a very difficult time, and we didn't have any alternative or choices. So we made a call to the founders of the company, and they gave us some guidance in terms of using their detox product. So we gave Tyler the detox product out of desperation, but what we really found out is it was a saving grace. So I sat on the floor, as every mother does, right, begging and with their child and bartering with them in any possible way. So Tyler got toys, he got donuts, he got whatever he wanted as long as he took the detox every morning. So we did that every morning for 4 mornings, sitting on the kitchen floor, begging him to take the product. On the next day, he came down the stairs, he was actually singing, said, "Good morning, Mom." On the next day after that, Tyler was basically able to make choices between water and milk. After that, he could sit down at the dinner table with us. He could complete a meal. He could read a book cover to cover. Tyler's entire personality completely changed and transformed itself back to a healthy, happy little 5-year-old boy. This all happened over a 10-day period of time. We gave him 2 detox capsules. Now, he was really little, so we broke open those capsules, basically mixed it with yogurt, pudding, applesauce, whatever we can get him to take. And we saw a major transformation. The transformation was so profound. All of our family and friends said, "What drug do you have Tyler on? We can't believe the difference we've seen him." And Tyler was not on any prescription medication. As a matter of fact, from that day moving forward, Tyler has never been on prescription medication again. He just turned 7 this past November. So it's been over a year and a half. It's pretty much closer to like almost 2 years, 22 months. Tyler has not had any prescription medication, and his life and his future has completely changed as a result of this product.